Yo, 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 what's going on with you, man? Peace and blessings to all the guys and goddesses. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This your boy Prophet Williams on August the 5th, 2013. Well, nah, I might be wrong. I think this August the 6th. I'm sorry. That's right, Tuesday, August the 6th, 2013. I apologize for that error. But, yeah, man, welcome, welcome, welcome to another special segment of Words of Wisdom with your man Prophet Williams, where we, you know, as I proposed on the last lecture, that we no longer think out the box. We now know that there is no box. We just think outside now. Just think outside. And, this is where we challenge. We challenge each other's minds. And we always, try to bring out the details to things going on that people aren't so much thinking about or may not even be aware of. You know what I'm saying? So, after watching these videos, please share them, leave comments. This is all about the dialogue and discussion. It's all about the quality of dialogue that we're having. So, you can never stop the quality of dialogue. With the more people that you have in it, and with the more ears that you have listening, and the more people that you have bringing their perspective. So, we always hear words of wisdom, man. We're always open to anything anyone has to say, because that's what we're about. This is true education here, and this is true building right here, what we do at Words of Wisdom, man. So, once again, I just like to thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for giving that honest ear for listening, because there's so much that you could be doing with your time right now, and you're here with me. So, I big up all of my listeners and everybody that tunes in to check me out, man. Much love. God bless to the greatest blessings of the ancestors and our people and everyone, that's fighting for us and has fought for us. So, bless, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. And today, I definitely wanted to be covering a very deep, interesting term, something that has yet to really be covered and really to be talked about in this country. And the spirit came to me with this term, man. So, I wanted to title this lecture, the title of this lecture, I wanted to be corporate assassination. Corporate assassination. That's exactly what's going on to the country. That's exactly what's going on to the people. Being segregated and separated upon class, race, differences, whatever the differences may be. It's all a form of corporate assassination. Corporate assassination. I mean, this is what I'm going through in my life right now, with my job. And, just with all the things that I go through, I can magnify and project, and I can see, why things are the way they are truly. So in this corporate assassination lecture, this is going to be a great entailing look into black relationships as well, black female and male relationships, and where our standing is in society, and how we have actually been socially engineered, to not be together, and to not be a successful couple, and this is greatly in due part to the covert corporate assassination on the country, and as well as the continued conspiracy against people of African ancestry in America. So please bear with me as I freestyle and take you upon these details of corporate assassination, because as a lot of you probably don't know by now, I don't go off any writtens with my lecture. I don't like to write anything down, you know what I'm saying, because there's possibly things that I could miss as my mind is wandering, and I'll come back on final thoughts to fill in any blanks that I may have had in this lecture, So, corporate assassination. Yes, this is totally what America is under right now. um, being controlled, and killed off by the corporations in Wall Street. You know, that is what America is going through. You know, America has been hijacked by the corporations and their interests. You know, the corporations actually make our laws now. If please write this down. Please write down the American Legislative Exchange Council, ALEC. They call it ALEC, the American Legislative Exchange Council. This is the group of corporations and people and groups and organizations that have made the Stand Your Ground law. Actually, you know, the American Legislative Exchange Council. Look it up. These are the ones who coined the Stand Your Ground law. And actually, this group of organizations and people and individuals actually comes together and they write new laws and legislation. You know, beyond this is beyond the government. So this is actually a cast of the shadow government, shadow group that you know, people that we actually refer to when we're talking about the elite, or when people say the Illuminati or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? These are the people, you know, ALEC, the American Legislative Exchange Council. You know, do all your research on that. Do all your research on that and check that out, man, because they are definitely some of the main culprits, of this corporate assassination. You know, and like I say, these are people that are not even a part of the government. These are not people that are senators and none of that. These are corporate CEOs and high position people in corporate places that ultimately come together and you know, conspire on laws and you know, conspire on many other things, you know. So check that out when you get a chance, man. The American Legislative Exchange Council. And right now in 2013, if you're a person of African ancestry and you don't have any knowledge of the Dred Scott decision, it would behoove you. It would do you best. It would do you everything in the world right now. It would serve you every bit of justice right now to do your research and go on your Google, your Yahoo, any search engine you can. Cross-reference, because that's what research and education is all about, man. Cross-referencing, so you can confirm things, you know, and you could be solid on something being a fact or not. You know what I'm saying? And the Dred Scott decision is something that I definitely need all of you to go and reinsure yourself on, you know, and re-educate and refresh yourself on, and some of you not even re-educate but educate yourself on, because a lot of you haven't even been educated on the Dred Scott decision, you know. And I would imagine that most European white people, and anybody else in this country for that matter, you know, Asian, Vietnamese, any immigrants, Mexican, whatever, you know, have full knowledge of the Dred Scott decision. Everyone in America, not just black people. I mean, black people most importantly, because that was related to us. It's something that was totally relative to us, and it still is now, you know. But every American, everyone that calls themselves American, everyone that wants to claim that flag should know about the Dred Scott decision. In the Dred Scott decision, it was ruled that a person of African ancestry, whether free or slave, was not and can never be a citizen of the United States. Therefore, an African has no right that a white man is bound to respect. So Dred Scott couldn't sue his slave master, whose name just so happened to be Sanford, in federal court. All right. So, you know, where I'm coming from a Dred, you know, when you hear me speak, I'm coming from a Dred Scott decision angle and perspective, you know, and with every so right I have, you know. So, the Dred Scott decision was actually the first step in the cornerstone of this corporate assassination process that we're seeing underway in America. You know, and like I'm telling people, you know, in so many ways, this corporate assassination takes form on the individuals and on the regular workers and employees of these companies. You know, because these corporations literally pit employees versus supervisors and managers. You know, and they put a union in the middle, and then you have all kind of war going on. You know, so in many forms, this creates separation, conflict, competition, and war on so many sub levels, just through management, in employee relationships. You know, it provides separation just on the low level. You know, and it's very important for black women to understand that you black people period, you know, your man is not crazy. Black men are not crazy. You know, they are just not allowed in the American system, point blank period. And in a great way, to break this down and to make a clear example of what I'm trying to say, because America does an awesome job of totally deculturizing us, totally deculturizing you, making you a robot of a sort, and ultimately you can't even be you anywhere you are. Ultimately, you know, ultimately you have to shed a part of yourself to even be a part of this system, and to get paid and to have a job. You know what I'm saying? And a black man is the number one example of what I'm saying. Black people period are a number one example of what I'm saying. You know, because I mean, we know that you can't get a job unless you talk this certain way, unless you dress this certain way, unless you don't say certain things. You know, basically, unless you shed yourself, unless you deny part of your natural God-given self. You know, you have to do that in order to be a part of this establishment. And this is why the black man has been torn, and this is why the black man is self-destructing as we speak. In so many forms and ways, the black man is self-destructing at a rapid pace. You know, because of the simple fact that not only us as people are required to deny part of our natural God-given selves to be a part of this establishment, but the black man is totally powerless and denied. You know, and he can never be himself in this American system, at his job, nowhere. He can never be himself. He can never speak and say how he feels. So therefore, that energy is misappropriated. You know, and now you have men out in the streets trying to prove that they're men to each other and trying to get respect from each other with all this beef and all this gangster stuff going on. You know, and it's ultimately because they don't have anywhere to fully express and to fully be respected. You know, their manhood be respected, and they can express their true feelings and their true anguish about something. You know, they're refrained from that whole outlet. They're refrained from that whole outlet everywhere in society. You know, where nobody wants to hear what they're saying or none of that. So therefore, they're faced with each other. And when you have a very unique specimen like the black man, like black people, when you have a very unique specimen like that, a very advanced, energetic, unique specimen, advanced specimen like the black man, and when his whole system and when his whole computer, when his whole mental computer is corrupted, he is headed for self-destruction. And I mean, this is not just a black man. This is anybody on the planet. You know, because if we know about the human body and human physiology, you know, we know that we are God beings. You know, the brain is a cosmic receiver, is a total cosmic receiver, a total cosmic computer, a universal computer. The